On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan.
After 9/11, the United States and coalition forces pursued an enemy that found sanctuary in Afghanistan, a landlocked country that was thousands of miles from U.S. basing. The story of Mazar-e Sharif, the gateway to Afghanistan, is about the heroics of U.S. forces on the ground and in the air, precision munitions, and a courageous 19th century indigenous coalition partner that defeated a seemingly undefeatable foe. It's a story of initiative, adaptability, and transformation. In the next few minutes, we will provide a glimpse of the Mazar-e Sharif story to include a brief overview of the importance of Mazar-e Sharif, General Dostum's tactical plan to seize the city, the execution of the plan, and the summary and implications of the victory at Mazar-e Sharif. General Franks tells us why Mazar-e Sharif was so important.
Mazar-e Sharif was an important fight for us because it was the fight that opened the land bridge to Central Asia to the north and provided the first glimmer of hope to not only the Northern Alliance, but to a great many people in Afghanistan.
Mark describes General Dostum's tactical plan and his leader's reaction to its simplicity.
I traveled with General Dostum back to Delhi for the purpose of an area command meeting. This is where we bring all these faction leaders together, and General Dostum briefs his operations order, which is quite simple. General Dostum is going to personally lead the now 2,500 horsemen northwest through the Dar-e-Suf Valley. They will be supported by Commander Moakek, the Hazara faction leader, who has 500 infantry. Commander Usted Ada will travel further to the west in the Balkh Valley, and he will personally lead the 1,000 fighters in reducing the Taliban garrison in the city of Akraprut. The two forces will then move north through the valley, and they will simply link up at the convergence of the river. My commander said, "You've got to be kidding. There's got to be more to this operations order than that."
General Dostum's plan was simple yet effective. Secretary of Defense Rumsfeld describes the actions on 5 November 2001.
And then out of nowhere, precision-guided bombs began to land on Taliban and al-Qaeda positions. The explosions were deafening, and the timing so precise that, as the soldiers described it, hundreds of Afghan horsemen literally came riding out of the smoke, coming down on the enemy in clouds of dust and flying shrapnel.
President Bush, in a 5 May 2011 video tribute to the men of Operational Detachment Alpha 595, provides his intent, coalition and Northern Alliance actions, and the implications of the victory at Mazar-e Sharif on the Taliban's rule in Afghanistan.
Right after the attacks of September the 11th, I made it clear that we would bring our enemies to justice, and I declared that any country that harbored terrorists was equally as guilty as the terrorists. We gave the Taliban an opportunity to respond. They did not. In November 2001, Northern Alliance fighters and Special Forces operators, including the men of ODA 595, mounted a cavalry charge and liberated the strategic city of Mazar-e Sharif, the most modern weaponry of the 21st century, combined with a horse charge reminiscent of the 19th century, drove the Taliban from their northern stronghold. Within days, almost every major city in the north fell. The Taliban fled Kabul for mountain hideouts in the east and south. Thanks in large part to special operators, the Taliban has gone from power. The al-Qaeda training camps are closed. Millions of Afghans are free, and the American people are more secure.
The story and the lessons of Mazar-e Sharif are told in The Battle for Mazar-e Sharif, the First Victory of the 21st Century, published for Professional Military Education and Training,